Okay. So here we've got an example of a review of a grocery store. So this thesis, I think, is a good example because it really checks all those boxes that we just talked about, right? It makes it clear that what the subject is, Aldi. It makes it clear that I'm providing an opinion. So I say Aldi is like no other grocery store. That's an opinion. That's not a fact. Somebody could argue that, Aldi's pretty blah, whatever. But I'm arguing that it's like no other, that there is no other store like Aldi, and that implies that it's that I've got a favorable review. I don't have to say necessarily that I love Aldi or I think Aldi is the best. I'm implying that with that first part of the sentence, and then I break it down into reasons why. All right, I've got positive words here like exceptional. Exceptional is always good. There's never a time when exceptional is bad. So, exceptional variety, right? Friendly customer service. Friendly is always good too. And unbeatably affordable prices. So not only did I break down my review already into my three main reasons, right, which I'm going to further develop in my body paragraphs with specific examples and details and stuff like that. That's the whole point. But I've shown that I'm giving a favorable review here by using positive words like exceptional and friendly and unbeatably affordable. Like that implies I think it's great and I highly recommend it without having to say I highly recommend it. And we'll talk about why you might not want to say things that way, but be a little bit more, I guess, coy about it. So let's talk about what not to do with thesis statements. And then this is really what you're going to be quizzed on in that online quiz. I'm going to give you some thesis statements, some bad thesis statements, and you're going to tell me what's wrong with them. Okay. So one thing that students sometimes do that you want to avoid is doing what's called an announcement thesis, a clunky, clumsy, and a ham-fisted announcement of what you plan to do in the essay. Okay. So again, we should be making it clear what the subject of the essay is going to be, but we don't want to do it like this. This paper will discuss 3 reasons why dreaming is important. Right? So instead of saying, okay, this paper will do a thing, it's better to just go ahead and say, all right, 3 reasons why dreaming is important are, and then list those 3 things. Here's another example. In this paper, I will tell you my opinion, of the things that are going on in the world of television and the modern day world in general. Okay, not only is that insanely broad, oh my goodness. Can you imagine? I was trying to write that paper. And we'll talk about that issue as well in just a minute. But you don't need to let me know that I'm reading a paper. Okay, I think no one reads papers by accident. They don't just stumble into essay reading. They know exactly what they're doing. So you don't need to say, "Hey, by the way, this is a paper." Yeah, check. We know that. Okay, we're good. And you also don't need to preface your opinions with the fact that they're opinions, because if they're not facts, then and you're saying them, then they're your opinions. So when I said that Aldi has unbeatably affordable prices, that's not a fact. I mean, somebody could argue that, no, for what you get, it's not that great. That's just my personal take on things. But I don't need to preface it by saying my personal take is, or in my opinion, Aldi has unbeatable. Just say it like it's a fact. Okay. So yeah, do your best to avoid this whole, in this essay, I will tell you things. Okay. That's what we call an announcement thesis. Nobody likes those. No class will ever want you to do that. So if you've been doing that before, if you did that in high school or whatever in essays, it's time to stop. Stop doing it. Thanks. Please and thank you. All right. Another mistake that some students make is they will just say a thing that is really a statement of fact and can't really go any further than that. So a thesis statement should open up conversation. And statements of fact, while important for sure, they don't open up conversation. They don't lead to more discussion. So, for instance, if a thesis said, people use many lawn chemicals. Okay, sure, yeah, true. So, is that a problem? Do you disagree with that practice? Do you think we should stop doing that? Why do people have lawns anyway? Like, what are they good for? Nothing really. Can't eat them. Anyway, look at all this work I'm doing, okay? When the person who wrote the thesis really isn't doing a whole lot other than stating a